Have you ever laughed so hard that you started crying? One moment, you're cracking up, and the next, boom, tears rolling down your face like you're watching a heartbreaking movie. It's weird, right? Why does this happen? Is your brain just confused? Or is there something deeper going on? Stick around, because what you're about to learn will blow your mind. Think about it. Laughter is joy, right? It's pure, unadulterated happiness bubbling up and spilling over. While crying, on the other hand, is usually associated with sadness, grief, or pain. So why do these two seemingly opposite reactions sometimes get so tangled? Is it just a weird quirk of being human, like hiccups or that one toe that's slightly longer than the others? Well, the answer is a bit more complex and a lot more fascinating than you might think. It turns out that there are several factors at play, from the way our brains process emotions to the physical mechanics of our tear ducts. We're going to dive into the science behind the connections between laughter and crying. Get ready to have your funny bone tickled. Let's get started. The science behind it. When we laugh, our brain releases feel-good chemicals like dopamine and endorphins. It's like a party in your head, with all these happy hormones throwing confetti and playing all your favorite songs. These chemicals don't just make us feel good. They also trigger a cascade of physical responses, from increased heart rate to muscle relaxation. But here's the twist. Your nervous system can't always tell the difference between extreme joy and sadness. Think of your brain like a control panel with a bunch of switches and levers. Some are for happiness, some are for sadness, and some are just a bit wonky. Both extreme joy and sadness trigger the same part of the brain, which is the limbic system, like the central command center for emotional responses. It processes feelings, memories, and even regulates things like heart rate and breathing. This crossover is why your tear ducts activate, even when you're happy. The signal gets a little mixed up, and suddenly, you're not just laughing, you're also crying. So, no, you're not emotionally broken. Your brain is just a little dramatic. What is emotional lability? Sometimes, excessive crying or laughing at odd moments could be a sign of something called emotional lability. Emotional lability is a condition characterized by rapid, exaggerated, and often uncontrollable changes in mood. It's also known as label effect, pseudobulbar effect, PBA, or involuntary emotional expression disorder. This is when emotions fluctuate rapidly, often due to neurological conditions like a brain injury, stroke, or even certain mood disorders. It stems from an instability and dysregulation of emotions, where individuals experience intense mood swings that may seem inappropriate or out of context. Emotional lability can be triggered by several health conditions that cause damage to the central nervous system, like traumatic brain injuries, strokes, neurological conditions, multiple sclerosis, and certain genetic conditions. The key symptoms are uncontrollable outbursts of crying or laughing, heightened irritability or temper, and emotional reactions that seem disproportionate to the situation. People with emotional lability often have difficulty controlling these emotional expressions, which can significantly impact their quality of life and relationships. It's important to note that the severity of emotional lability can vary. So if you're just tearing up from a good joke, no need to worry. It's perfectly normal. But if you find yourself experiencing frequent, intense, and uncontrollable emotional outbursts that are interfering with your daily life, it will be worth talking to a healthcare professional. Did you know Charles Darwin was one of the first scientists to study why we laugh and cry at the same time? He called it the relief theory. Basically, our emotions need an outlet, and sometimes our body gets a little mixed up. Has this ever happened to you? Tell me your funniest laughing until you cried moment in the comments. Let's share some joy and maybe even a few tears together. I'll be reading and replying to as many as I can. So, next time you find yourself laughing so hard that tears start streaming down your face, remember, you're not alone. It's just your brain's way of handling a flood of emotions. And who knows, maybe you're just channeling your inner Charles Darwin. If you found this video interesting, hit that like button. It helps others find this information and keeps us creating content you love. And if you love learning cool facts about the human body, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss out. We've got a whole lineup of videos exploring the weird, wonderful, and sometimes wacky things our bodies do. Also, don't forget to check out the links in the description for more information on emotional lability and related topics. Knowledge is power, and we want to empower you to understand your body and mind better. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, keep laughing, keep learning, and remember to embrace all your emotions, even the ones that make you cry. See you in the next video.